From student at University of St. Andrews, where she met her husband to future queen, Kate Middleton has lived her fairy tale life alongside Prince William while committing to her role in the royal family. She often impresses the public with her grace, but Kate had her own life before she became a regal mother of three. In fact, when word broke years ago that Prince William and his girlfriend Kate would be married, the press referred to her as a commoner, who would be the first middle-class queen since Anne Boleyn. But is that really true? Kate may have not been born into old British wealth, but if we judge the Duchess's background on her family's economic status, we would see she wasn't simply middle class. Kate's parents were self-made millionaires, which allowed her to attend some of the best schools in the country. Not to mention, Her Royal Highness's accent displays a privileged background. While there certainly is a lot we never knew about Kate Middleton. If you want to learn more about her early life and what she was like before she met Prince William, then stay tuned because we'll get into all of that and more here for you on Famous Life. Catherine Elizabeth Middleton was born January 9, 1982 at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, England, to parents Father Michael Middleton and Mother Carol Middleton. Catherine, aka Kate, comes from an upper middle class family and is the eldest of three children, her siblings being Philippa or Pippa Middleton and James Middleton. Her father was a former flight dispatcher while her mom was a flight attendant, and the two met while working for British Airways alongside one another. Then, in 1987, Kate's parents founded a privately held mail-order company which sold party supplies and decorations, which was said to be worth about £30 million. The success of that venture, along with a family inheritance, allowed Kate to attend some of the most exclusive and private schools in the country. By the early 20th century, the Middleton family did marry into British aristocracy and received trust funds that had been established over 100 years ago. Kate Middleton's relatives, including her great-grandfather Richard Noel Middleton and his wife Olive, hosted many members of the British royal family in the 1920s through the 40s. Over on Kate's maternal side, her family descended from coal miners and have been described as more working class. The Middletons moved from Bradfield, Southend, Berkshire to Amman, Jordan in 1984, which is when Kate's father was working for British Airways. Here, Kate attended an English language nursery school, and when the family returned to Berkshire in 1986, she was enrolled at age 4 to St. Andrews School, a private school in Berkshire. In her later years, Kate boarded part-time at St. Andrews School. In 1995, the family moved again, this time to the village of Bucklebury. Kate studied at Downhouse School and then boarded at the prestigious Marlborough College in Wiltshire, England, which was a co-educational independent boarding school. It was here that Kate was known as a level-headed student, excelling in both sports and academics. She was captain of the school's field hockey team, on the swim team, and played netball. Some others that went to school with Kate, particularly her first friend, described her as shy and gawky, and another said she was thin and pale with very little confidence. Her tutor from those days said the now Duchess was very nervous in her early school days and that she didn't speak up much. However, later in the years she had warmed up. While Kate was at Marlborough, she also had to have an operation on the left side of her head, which was to remove a lump. In 2000, she received 3 A-levels with A's in math and art and a B in English. And even though Kate was a stellar student, she still had sides to her you might never guess. For instance, according to former classmates at Marlborough, she had a pranking streak, and her favorite one was to moon people on campus. One revealed. Kate did, however, have a childish love of pranking, which saw her go through the uncharacteristic phase of mooning surprised male students from her dorm windows, a habit that inspired the affectionate nickname Middlebum. Kate was offered a seat at the University of Edinburgh, but took a year off instead to study at the British Institute of Florence in Italy, as well as taking time to travel to Chile and participate in a Rayleigh International program. Kate worked at the Port of Southampton as a deckhand for a summer job before heading off to university, and then she went to University of St. Andrews in Fife, Scotland, studying art history. This is also where she would meet her future husband, Prince William. And while at school, Kate worked part-time as a waitress. While growing up, as well as for some time after her university days, Kate even helped her mom Carol out with the family business, and was quite good at it too, one of her former colleagues said. Catherine had all the makings of a fantastic trader. Everybody thinks of her now as a mother and a future queen, whatever that means, but she's got a shrewd eye for profit and a very hard head on her shoulders. And Kate did have a lot of work experience before becoming the Duchess. While attending university, she also achieved a Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award and was an active member of the Lumsden Club, which was responsible for fundraisers and community projects. It also makes sense that her path would cross with Prince William because, after all, Kate was part of an exclusive wealthy social group known as the Glossy Posse due to her elite schooling before university. It was said that Prince William was fond of partying too, and her crew would join them from time to time. But it was 2001 when Kate was said to have met Prince William officially, while they were both students living at St. Salvator's Hall at the university. Reportedly, she caught the prince's eye at a charity fashion show at the school in 2002 when she appeared on the stage wearing a sheer lace dress. It's said that Kate and Prince William began dating in 2003, and during their second year, she shared a flat with William along with two other friends. Their relationship wasn't made public until they were photographed vacationing to Switzerland together in 2004, and despite the paparazzi, Kate still tried to maintain a private life. Soon after, the couple briefly split up, but that didn't last long at all. After she graduated from St. Andrews in 2005, she briefly worked as an accessories buyer part-time for the clothing line Jigsaw, as well as resumed helping out with her parents' company. In fact, Kate worked at the family business up until 2011 in catalog design, marketing, and photography, even launching their junior brand for toddlers. All the while, Kate was very involved in a bunch of charity work too, which included a photography exhibition for UNICEF in 2007, trips to Naomi's House Hospice to bring the kids gifts and read to children, and even organizing events like a roller disco fundraiser for children's hospitals in the UK. Before marrying, Kate lived for a while in a luxury apartment her parents owned in Chelsea, London with her sister Pippa, and in 2018 it was reported that her net worth was estimated at £5 to £7.3 million, most of which was from her parents' company. As mentioned, Kate and William had broken up for a brief moment in time, but by 2008 they were completely reconciled. Then in 2010, the couple moved into a cottage at the Bordigan estate in Wales when Prince William lived during his RAF search and rescue training and career. In October 2010, Kate and Prince William were engaged while in Kenya on a 10-day trip to Lewa Wildlife Conservancy to celebrate William passing the RAF helicopter search and rescue course. Prince William gave Kate his late mother, Diana, Princess of Wales' stunning engagement ring. The couple married on April 29, 2011 in Westminster Abbey, and reports of the global audience were said to be about 300 million or more, with 26 million watching the event live in the UK alone. After the marriage, Catherine assumed the style Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Cambridge, and the happy couple was given the country home, Anmer Hall, on the Sandringham estate as a wedding present from the Queen. These days, Kate keeps bees here on the grounds. The couple also used Nottingham Cottage as their London residence after being wed, and then in 2013 they moved into the 4-floor 20-room apartment at 1A at Kensington Palace. Here, renovations went on for 18 months, costing £4.5 million. And Kensington Palace became the Duke and Duchess's main home in 2017. Most recently in 2022, it was announced that Kate and Prince William, along with their children, would move to Adelaide Cottage in Windsor. In 2012, it was announced Kate was pregnant with their first child. She gave birth to Prince George on July 22, 2013. Kate and Prince William welcomed their second child, Princess Charlotte, on May 2, 2015, and then Prince Louis came along on April 23, 2018. Prince George became third in line of succession to the British throne, with Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis being fourth and fifth. The Duke and Duchess have also owned two English Cocker Spaniels, Lupo and Orla. Despite the press sometimes suggesting otherwise, it seems that Kate and William's marriage is going smoother than ever. Despite any whiffs of scandal that royal families are often subjected to, the Cambridges are apparently very solid behind closed doors. A source close to the couple explained, "They honestly couldn't be happier as a couple. You can't get a cigarette paper between them. They are so tight, just inseparable." Another friend described their super normal marriage, saying, "They spend all their time together, they lunch together every day, they sit and watch TV together every evening. evening. They do go out and see their own friends, of course, but they spend an inordinate amount of time together and live a very conventional married life. Well, if that's not marriage goals, I'm not sure what is. Either way, it's interesting to know more about who Kate Middleton was before she became the Duchess and part of the royal family. I think we can all agree that even before Prince William came along, she was far from middle class, and Kate had her own thing going on. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Famous Life and leave a comment for who you'd like us to feature next.